here to welcome our newest Pacific Region NCCC members. Y'all know how to have fun up here. And to an important chapter in what I hope will be a lifelong commitment to service. I've personally always seen the NCCC as sort of Navy SEALs or Special Forces of National Service. And I salute all of you, past, pending, and present, for your tremendous commitment and confidence. I've personally, in one way or another, been involved with service and volunteerism since my youth, volunteering with various causes and organizations through high school and college, and then I went on to, I actually, rather than national service, went the city government route, and I volunteered for a local council office, and then on to direct the volunteer and internship program for the city of Los Angeles, and then on to direct a large AmeriCorps program in California. And I remember at that very first AmeriCorps project director training in the mid-1990s, I heard a very inspirational story, and it stuck with me ever since, and I'd like to share it with you today. It's currently making its way around the blogosphere. It takes place in the distant past, when all mass buildings and structures were done by hand, and it went something like this. A man came across 3 masons who were chipping at chunks of granite from large blocks. The first mason seemed unhappy with his job, chipping away and frequently looking at his watch. When the man asked the first mason, "What are you doing?" he responded, "I'm hammering the stupid rock and can't wait until it's time to go home." The second mason, seemingly more interested in his work, turned to the man and asked, "What are you doing?" The second mason answered, "Well, I'm molding this rock. It's not bad work, it's a living, but I'll sure be glad when it's done." A third mason was hammering at his block fervently, taking time to sit back and admire his work. He chipped off small pieces until he was satisfied that it was the best he could do. When he was questioned about his work, he stopped, gazed skyward, and proudly proclaimed, "I am building a cathedral." Now, I trust there will be times when the work is less than glamorous, and you're like this first mason, perhaps feeling that what you're doing is unimportant, or just waiting until the end of the day so you can call it a day and rest. Or times when you're perhaps tired, and you've grown overwhelmed by the enormity of community need that you're facing out in the communities, and wonder what difference you're really making. It's then when I urge you to step back, take a breath, and look at the big picture, and reflect on your role in the service movement, and remember that you are a vital and integral part of improving lives, strengthening communities, and helping heal our poor, abused planet. I passionately believe that spanning the globe, collectively volunteers can and are changing the world. As you head out to take your turn in our great tradition of service, remember that you're part of a much larger movement. More than 75,000 AmeriCorps members are serving each year in communities across the country, and we're on a path to 250,000 members serving by 2017. As I'm sure you all know, this is a historic and exciting time for national service. Leaders from every sector and both sides of the political aisle increasingly recognize service as not just a nice thing to do, but is a major solution to virtually all of the major challenges facing this country. And we have a president and a first lady who know firsthand the power of volunteering, and they've made volunteering and service a cornerstone of their administration. From the call to service on MLK Day, to the inclusion of 13,000 new AmeriCorps positions through the Recovery Act, to the swift passage of the Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act, authorizing the greatest expansion of national service in a generation, to the United We Serve initiative. This administration understands that only through the power of the people can we hope to resolve the critical issues facing this country, from the achievement gaps to the access to health care, helping the environment, expanding economic opportunity. The President has called on every American to step up and serve, and you here clearly answered that call. And there is no shortage of opportunities, including here in the Pacific region, which in addition to disasters and wildfires and earthquakes, has a number of particular challenges in the areas of healthcare, poverty, and education. I understand, as we just heard, a team from NCCC team leaders from the Pacific region and Denver campus went along with the Red Cross to respond to an 8.0 earthquake and subsequent tsunami in American Samoa. They provided shelter management, assembled distributed care kits, warehouse management, and much needed client care work. So thank you again, team leaders, for your service to the people of American Samoa. Now this month, the Pacific campus teams will be deployed throughout the region. We have folks who are tutoring high school in Woodland, California. Yeah! Engaging in ecological restoration in Catalina Island. Housing construction in Sheridan, Wyoming. Yeah! Holiday and food toy drives in Utah. And teams that are helping maintain a strong presence in the Gulf, and much, much more. It is a very big deal to devote an entire year of your life to community service. And through your actions, you represent what is best about this country, as you've not only said, yes, we can, but have stepped forward and said, yes, we will. And for that, we are so grateful. I know I speak for the corporation's board of directors, the Obama administration, when I say that we're very proud of you. We have great confidence in what you'll accomplish over this year and beyond, and in the example you will set for those who follow in your footsteps. So in closing, I would like to leave you with the words stated in 1964 by President Lyndon B. Johnson as he welcomed the first class of 20 volunteers in service to America. Your pay will be low. The conditions of your labor are often difficult, but you will have the satisfaction of leading a great national effort and the ultimate reward which comes to those who serve their fellow man. I thank you, I celebrate you, and I wish you great success and fulfillment in the year ahead. Thank you.